Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Prime Time, and you already know you on PrimeTime Talk TV. And yeah, I'm back at you with another good video, and you already know the routine. Once you enter my house, wipe your feet off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos like these.
For Prime Time.
To this day. Oh man, let's go ahead and jump on into this video, shall we? Man, how about that night of the zone, man? It was on. How I do here, I cover the primetime fight, so I gotta give you my delight of last night. And Pacheco won. That was the co-main event feature. He got McCallum out of there. And congratulations to him. And also, before I get to the main event fight, Alicia Baumgardner and Clarissa Shields bumped into each other, and boy, did they spark each other's attention and was talking some serious cash money junk. Well, Clarissa Shields she let your girl Alicia Baumgardner know, hey, Guo is in the building, boy, woo. And look, I thought they were gonna break out fighting one time, because Clarissa was going at Alicia, talking to her. Alicia was like, facing her, and she put her hand up to Clarissa Shields' face, and Clarissa pushed her hand down like, ugh, get your hand out my face. And boy, usually, but I tell you, it was good to see these ladies sparking a potential fight that we would love to see. I would love to see it. I think it would be an awesome fight to see those two in the ring, Clarissa Shields versus Alicia Baumgardner. I think that would be a female mega fight. I think it would do pretty big numbers. I'm not sure as of how many numbers, because you would have to compare both of their last two pay-per-views. And you would have to go off of that. But I would say for a fact that it would be one of the most watched female boxing matches of the 2024, if they could land that together. But moving right along, that Hitchins fight, y'all. Whoo, boy, I tell you. Leading up to this fight, Richardson Hitchins was, talking about Devin Haney, basically talking a lot of smack about him, saying what he would do, he could do this, that, and the third. All right. I heard him. It intrigued me. And honestly, that's what made, I think, a lot of people watch this fight here to see just how good he is after, signing with Mayweather Promotions. So anyway, moving right along to the fight, he went up against Gustavo Lemos. And I tell you what, y'all, you might not know about Lemos, but after last night, the world knows about Gustavo Lemos. He came to fight. He did not come to lay down. He was not a sparring session. He was not a fighter that came in to collect a check and go back home. He was a fighter that came to upset Richardson Hitchins, period, point blank. Because honestly, the first 3 rounds, I gave them to Richardson Hitchins' opponent. You see how I lined that up? Yeah. Now, Richardson Hitchins lost all first 3 rounds by my call. Now, honestly, I think, looking in hindsight, first of all, Richardson Hitchins' inactivity, I have to give part of that to that, because when you're inactive, your timing is off. And then I noticed Gustavo Lemos warming up during the Pacheco fight, and Richardson Hitchins was sitting back there just relaxing, cooling, enjoying the breeze. I guess, trying to conserve his energy, which I get that. But it was like the first 3 rounds, Lemos was on fire. He came out ready to spark Hitchins. And he hit Hitchins with some very, very good shots. Had Hitchins looking like he was in trouble at the end of the first round, if you want to be honest. It just was a very, very weak display from Lemos. And the reason why I say weak display is because Lemos didn't even supposed to do what he supposed to did last night, but he did it. And honestly, I think Lemos, the part I hate about it the most is he didn't complain about the holding. He was a little bit too quiet, too humble, because honestly, Richardson Hitchins held entirely too much for me. Entirely too much. It pales in comparison to, what Devin Haney did with Kambosos. They were saying 17 clinches. Well, Richardson Hitchins, man, I know that had to been over 17 clinches. Real talk. Because it got to the point to where it was hard for me to watch it. More or less try to even score it. But I had Lemos winning that fight, if we are to be honest. Or at least I say a draw. That 115, 113 by the judges, that pretty much was spot on. But it should have been for the opposite person, because your boy Richardson Hitchins, he won, yeah. And won by unanimous decision. Crazy. One judge had to fight 117, 111. Now that right there was straight disrespectful. I don't know what fight he was watching. I don't know if he was part of the get along crew or somebody slid him an envelope or what. But that right there, he should be embarrassed. Whoever that judge is, he, she, I don't know. They should be embarrassed. Real talk. Period. Because it's no way on God's green earth that they saw that 117, 111. That means Lemos didn't win no round at all. 117, 111. That means he got shut out. That means Hitchins didn't even hold him not once. He beat and mangled him. But the 115, 113, I can kind of stomach that. I get it. I get it. It's the business part of boxing that we don't like. It's the business part. No one expected Lemos to come out and spark Hitchins like that. Nobody expected him to come out, welling away on Hitchins all night long. It was pretty much like he was a human buzzsaw cutting your boy Hitchins up for real. He didn't give him no break, and it just showed you who cardio was more ready. Now, hey, granted, we're sitting here talking about it and saying this, that, and the third, but let me be devil advocate for a second. What if Hitchins did this on purpose? Because a lot of times when fighters are too good and look too good, they can't get no fights. Don't nobody want to fight them. Everybody's scared to bite them. So what if, a lot of times these fighters give a less exhilarating fight to a fighter we should see them blowing away. Because sometimes when a fighter is just too sharp, like David Benavidez for that matter, a fighter like him looks too good, too explosive, too unbeatable, no one can really touch him or hurt him, then it makes it hard for other fighters to say, hey, I'm eager to get in the ring with him. And just maybe, that's what Hitchins was doing last night. Which I truly hope, because, with his last fights, he was very, very entertaining, very, very explosive. But styles make fights. As for me last night, it was like he really could not move and pivot far as footwork wise, fast enough out of the way of the human buzzsaw, Gustavo Lemos. Lemos was doing everything he's supposed to do. He kept Hitchins moving all night long, fighting all night long. And I think it was overwhelming at times. And that's why Hitchins was doing the holding, the excessive holding. But he didn't get no warning from the ref. That was one of the crazy thing about that. Because I'm pretty sure if the shoe was on the other foot, they would have been, stopped him and said, hey, give you a warning on his holding now. You got to stop his holding. But I get it. Hitchins had to do that because, with a fighter like that, if you can't outwork him, then you have to tie him up. I'm pretty sure that's what his corner told him. Jab, jab. He get close to you, tie him up. And that's exactly what we saw last night. Hit, tie him up. Hey, it is what it is. And every now and then we get fights like that to where styles look ugly against each other. A pressure fighter versus a boxer. It makes for an ugly fight for a boxer. But it was a good test for Hitchins. I think, he needed that. He needed that wake-up call because, though he was victorious and was standing in the ring and celebrating and talking all that smack at the end of the fight, I'm pretty sure when he reviewed this fight, he will come to some realization that, hey, I got a lot of stuff to work on, especially if I'm going to be calling out the top names at 140. So anyway, with that being said, that's all I got for this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next, latest, greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV. And I'm on social media everywhere. Definitely go to the website, PrimeTimeTalkTV.com, and copy some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love. I'm out till next time.